All right, so a couple things here. I went ahead and turn my transmission around. This is the bottom, this is the top. I want to kind of keep it in relation to this one right here, which is the one I'm putting together. Also too, as you see, I've got crap all strewn across my table. If this is the first time doing it, you may want to take the parts off and put them out in an evenly fashion, so that way you kind of know the way it goes back in when you take them apart. Have the bolts undone here, and basically what I do, I have a pry bar here. You probably just use a big flat tip screwdriver and pry up here, and then off comes the top of it. And then I'm just going to lay this off to the side for now. Alright, this is your viscous coupling eliminator here. It's your 5th gears, and I just want to point out real quick, if you see these little notches here, this is where you want to, sorry, I hope I wasn't messing the camera up too much, but if you see these little notches right here and these nuts, you want to make sure that you knock these in on both of these. I've got that one knocked in on this one. This one not so much, but I figured the one would do it. What I will say is, even though it should be common sense, I had a transmission where one of these nuts came loose. I believe it was this one right here, because someone decided they didn't want to tap this one down with the chisel, and blew a big old hole out the side of my casing here. The whole end of it came out, lost all my gear oil. So make sure you're doing that. What we're gonna have to do to get these off, of course this part right here comes off. This is just a hold on just a moment, this is a little spring here. We're gonna put that right back in here for now. And I will say it helps to keep your area clean. I'm kind of, well, it's not the cleanest here, but I'm trying to make sure everything goes in clean before I put it back together. I'm just trying to make sure this is put back where it went. It's got little tabs on this thing right here. If you see them, it's alright. It's got little tabs here, so you can make sure you put it in there the right way if you can see it with the camera. And there it sits, and then that way it's not spinning around. But anyway, this is just one of the synchros. This is for the 5th gear here as well, and then the steps down down to 1st, the closer you get to the bell housing. So, but anyway, this piece right here is kind of a pain. This little clip here. You may want to either have some, I think it's snap ring pliers, whatever they're called, if you can find a good set. I've only really been able to see some cheap ones, and I use it a couple times and the ends get messed up. Either that, or usually what I'll use, I'll set that over there for now. I'll just use a good pair of needle nose, stick in there like so. And of course I'm one-handed right now, so, but you want to be careful because this has a lot of force on it. So when this pops off, if you're not careful when watching, this spring will pop off with a good amount of force. I had one pop all the way across my garage, and still to this date I haven't found it. It's probably floating around in my garage somewhere. It's probably been about a year or two since I had put this one together, and that's the one that actually lost. So, but anyway, get this off right here, and this nut, and what you may want to do, if I have them over here, have a couple of pennies that you'll use. You may want to hold them together with some needle nose. You don't want to get your finger stuck in here with these. So I take some needle nose pliers to hold these, and then take my impact on this one. And then for this one right here, you'll have to put it on the other side because it's going to be going in reverse direction. But these will kind of keep the gears in place, and the pennies they're copper, so they're pretty soft. Won't damage your gears all up. So, but the other thing too here is you got a little roll pin here. You have to knock out. I use like an Allen wrench, or usually a Phillips head, something just about that diameter, so I can get in there, so it's not sliding all off to the side like an Allen wrench would. And get it right there in the center and punch it on through. It's going to come out this back side. There's a hole right down here, so you got to be careful. It may fall down there if you're not careful. You can just fish that out after you take it apart. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get these parts off. It's a little bit of a pain. once you get this piece off right here, this should slide up. Sometimes they're a little difficult. You may have to use some gear pullers. Being careful, these gears right here, you can chip them easily on the end, so be very careful when you're messing with these. You may want to get a screwdriver or something really thin on one side and then the other, something to get up under them. But a lot of times if you take these nuts off, they should be able to slide up, but I have had a few instances where they don't, so just be very careful because they're very easy to chip. We'll go ahead and get these parts off and then we'll continue on.